Hi, I'm Rich with insideHPC. We're here at ISC 2016 in Frankfurt, Germany, and today we're at the OpenHPC booth, and I'm with Karl Schultz from the OpenHPC Community. How you doing, Karl?
Hi, Rich. Thanks for being here.
Well, great. You know, it's been a while since we checked in. You guys rolled out this community at the SC 15.
Right.
What's happened since in terms of the organization?
Yeah, so we've had a lot of effort since the announcement that happened at Supercomputing, and really since then one of the things that we've been doing is trying to organize ourselves as a collaborative project under the Linux Foundation. And we're excited that we just were able to recently announce that we have formally become a Linux Foundation collaborative project. We have a number of governance entities that are up and running. We have a governing board with formal representation from academia, national labs, industry, and we also have a technical steering committee that is up and running that also has representation from, a big swath of the HPC community. We have roughly 20 members that are meeting weekly now for our technical steering committee to really help drive the future of OpenHPC.
Okay, so these would be the folks that would end up using these software stacks? Are those the kind of guys that you got on this squad?
Yeah, it's a good question. So yes, some of those folks are people that we hope would be users. In fact, one of the ways that we try to design sort of the leadership of OpenHPC is that we'd like to have people who represent end users, but we don't want it to just be end users because we want OpenHPC to really foster future development effort as well. And so we have identified folks who are component development representatives, meaning they're developing software. So an example there is Thomas Sterling, who's on our steering committee. We also have folks who represent end user sites, the kinds of people who are running supercomputing centers and have their own users that they have to take care of and have to maintain a stable system. So we have representation there from academia like Pittsburgh Supercomputing Center and the national labs through NERSC. And then we also have a number of maintainers. So we also are trying to sort of foster, this Linux model where we have a number of maintainers who are really responsible for maintaining the software, building the software, testing the software before we do a release.
Okay, so in the end, this is all about software. What kind of milestones? I mean, have you guys put out releases, and how's that going?
Yeah, we've had several releases thus far. The first release we did back at Supercomputing, but we've tried to be roughly on a quarterly cadence since then. We've introduced support for additional base operating systems, so that was a big milestone that came along. And now, once we have this governance process up and running, we're really trying to get more input into the process, and now we have people who are maintainers, so what you're going to see in the future is be divvying up the work much more distributed to have people from all over the world who are actually helping us do the future releases.
What kind of wrap-up question here? We got all those kinds of folks are here at ISC, the International Supercomputing. What kind of feedback are you getting on your efforts here from this crowd?
Yeah, I have to say I've been pleasantly surprised. People coming up that, of course, I haven't seen on the mailing list yet, and how when you have an open community, for the most part, all you can see is where somebody downloaded it from, right? You have no idea who they are. But I've been really pleased with the, growth of the mailing list and the fact that people who aren't even associated with the community are answering other people's questions. I mean, that's really satisfying. And I've been pleased with people saying, yeah, I liked it, giving us suggestions, finding things that didn't work, of course. But, the feedback's been really positive thus far. And I'm hopeful that this sets the stage for a really productive project going forward.